All right, welcome back to Anime Savants, everybody. This week I am Grand Duke Luis.
Nice, nice. This week I am David Martinez.
Oh, okay, yeah, cause I'm. Oh, okay. Well then, yeah. How many episodes did you watch of
I just
David?
watched the first episode, but I saw
Okay.
some content from later episodes. It is such a I don't. I guess I shouldn't. Well, okay. What are we talking about? We're talking
Yeah,
about
yeah, yeah. We
Cyberpunk
Cyberpunk,
Edge
right?
Runners. Yeah,
Yeah.
Edge Runners, and
Eh,
so I don't know why it skipped my mind that this was Studio Trigger. I don't
Oh,
know
you.
why.
That was the only reason why I was
I
even
just forgot.
considering
I'm not
it.
saying yeah. When it was first announced, I think I glossed over that like they were doing it in my head. I'm like, oh, that's gonna be cool. And then I
Yeah.
totally 100% forgot about it. And just like a day ago, I saw some some of the trailers they dropped, some of the key animation. I'm looking at it in stills, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, that this looks like an anime. Then I saw a trailer like this is very Trigger. Oh right, this was the Studio Trigger show.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay, yeah.
Absolutely love it.
That first episode, I'm 2 episodes in, but that first episode, I was like, this shit's good. Like, this is really fucking good.
Really good.
Like, oh my
Really good.
god. Like, story wise, just because I didn't beat Cyberpunk 2077, but I did play through a
Yep.
chunk of the game. So they I feel like they mentioned Homeboy whatever, I don't know. Anyways,
Johnny
I,
Silverhand and
yeah, I think his name
yeah.
came up once or some shit like that, but I'm in the second episode now. But that whole first episode, the way that I knew that I was like, wait, I'm really enjoying this is because I was feeling feelings. I literally was just like, I don't even know this nigga, and I'm just like, the world is against you. This is just really depressing to watch. It was just one fuck shit, fuck shit, fuck shit, fuck shit, fuck shit. But then you pair all that up with just like a really fucking phenomenal, just everything looked amazing. The music is really good also. Like the vocal tracks, I was thinking like, oh my god, are they gonna be playing like the edgy like EDM shit the whole time? They
It was a
didn't.
good mix. Yeah, that was a good mix of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a good mix of stuff. And to be honest, like the end when Homeboy did like the fucking like the kung fu shit, I was just like, Trigger really was that. They were like, this is the first episode, and this is it. I feel like it's just gonna get better and better from there. But I'm tuned the fuck in. Like I
Yeah.
randomly watched it today, and I was like, let me see what the fuck it is. Let me check it out. Blah blah blah. Into the first episode, I was like, next, let's go. Let's keep going. So I'm looking forward to it. I don't know how much it's connected to the game, although I did read somewhere that the game added a patch that like it's a quest or something that like links to the Edge Runner's storyline or something like that.
That's
But
cool. So I wanna go back a little bit because I have always had a very strong affinity for Cyberpunk as a franchise and as a setting because it's
yeah,
one of the few um really well known or at least influential um board game slash tabletop, type games that
yeah,
was developed by a black man. Mike Pondsmith, um, in the 80s, wrote it, has shepherded all the projects around Cyberpunk for years. Doesn't get a lot of credit or recognition for
yeah,
being a pioneer in that space and having made something that has been so influential on the genre, on many games, on just going back for 30 plus years. So right away, anytime anything is announced that's related to that IP, just I just want it to happen.
yeah,
Now, even for Cyberpunk 2077, which had its major development issues, my problem with the game was that were the technical failures. It
yeah,
wasn't that I felt like the game wasn't fun. I had a lot of fun playing Cyberpunk. It's just it was a broken mess. But what was underneath the mess was a great story, great world building, a visual
mm-hmm.
aesthetic that, despite the fact that it's been copied and reproduced in high fidelity for decades, still felt like unique and its own thing. When the game came out,
Yeah,
and it just goes to show that again, like you say whatever you want about like CD Projekt Red, but like in a way they're very similar to Studio Trigger. They were a development studio that was very highly praised for
The Witcher and stuff.
yeah, and like just
Yeah.
sticking their fucking foot into IPs that they don't own and building up really cool, vibrant looking worlds, great music choices, and high production value. They had a stumble because this game, was bigger than what they were capable of doing at the time. But like Trigger has had some misses as well when it comes to
Yeah.
like movies and shows and other things. Sometimes it is a quality issue because they spread themselves pretty thin. But when Trigger hits, which they do more often than they don't, they definitely can carry a vibe. And just having watched the first episode, that vibe was there and it was
Yeah.
strong.
Oh
And
yeah.
it was capturing all the things from the cyberpunk IP that are great and powerful, but it also had like its own attitude, which is what I love Trigger and their animation style and their production style, where they will lean into doing things that look cool, even at the expense of having something make, perfect grounded sense, which
Yeah.
is the right kind of attitude to have for an adaptation like this, where because you could totally see this being a very like dry I'm thinking of the Blade Runner shorts and other things like that,
Yeah.
where you're trying to get everything super grounded so you can show off a lot of like technical flair. But what Trigger does is like if we have to have a wild scene where a guy is being held in midair by punches, or like how to animate the act of like essentially going superhuman and moving faster than other people can react to, they'll do it in a way that still has this like this what's right, like it I don't want to say like cyberpunk, but a very like punk aesthetic where
Yeah.
they will go all out. I remember that I was watching a clip where they were looking, it was the Cyber Psycho, and when he blows some dude's like head in half, a little chunk of brain hits the side of a police car. And I was looking at that. I mean, like, it's a cool. I mean, everything about that scene is cool. But like, why
I
did they
wasn't
do
ready for
that?
that shit. I wasn't ready for that shit.
It was rule of cool.
Yeah.
Like, what's the
Oh
like when he
yeah.
splits the guy in half and the two halves of the body land side by side of him on the hood on the roof of the police car. And it's
Yeah.
like the only reason to do that is to show off, and not like
One of the guys'
the
heads like blew up, and you could see his literal like his like teeth just like
yeah, his
coming
teeth,
out of the
yeah,
fuck.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's what I mean by show off. I mean like this is someone gave an animator something fun to do, and they were like, I'm gonna have the most fun possible making this thing. And so sometimes I can get in the way of a show. I mean, you can go too far where everything is so over the top that you can't take anything seriously. But the way at least it was balanced in the first episode is because the world building is so heavy, and you know that they're referring to like a deep lore and a deep corpus of ideas that like if they want to go and have fun, have characters do flashy like over the top stuff, it's totally fine. It 100% is totally fine. So I just love the fact that it all came together, and I think it was the right choice to have Trigger do it and do it in the style that they like to do it, not like a CGI kind of thing.
Yeah.
But like, and again, I'm not against CGI, and I think the Blade Runner stuff that read on Adult Swim was great. It looked good, and I think the writing was pretty good. But like, this is more my cup of tea. So
Yeah.
and I need to
I
watch
just
the
wasn't
rest.
expecting it to be so bloody, but then after I got through the bloody parts, I remembered, I was like, actually, the game was pretty fucking bloody also.
Absolutely.
So I was just like, no, this is on brand. This is very
Yeah,
on
life
brand.
is cheap, and they just lean into that, and I'm happy for it. And
Yeah. And it played true, or like it definitely seemed as though they were in that like Cyberpunk 2077 world with just like the chaos that was just going around nonstop. The scene of him walking through the city and just seeing all the different kinds of people like on his way to the academy, that was really fucking entertaining to me, because I'm just like, yo, this definitely reminds me of playing the game and like going through some of the ghettos and just seeing all the people just around doing random shit. You don't know who gonna fuck with you. You don't know who you gonna fuck with. Like, it was really interesting. And also the apartments all look the same way, and just seeing, just the world building. The world building was just fucking dead on, just perfect.
And it's strong, and you don't necessarily have to be a fan of the game or played the tabletop sort of like D&D style, you don't have to have that relationship to it to get it, and to get that there's a lot of cool stuff that is under the surface. I don't know how deep they're going to go,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't even necessarily have an opinion about what I would prefer. So I'm willing to just go along with the ride as it is right now and see
Yeah,
how it
it's
turns out.
Trigger. I'm gonna
Yeah.
watch it regardless.
Oh, and I would also
Yeah.
recommend watching it in English.
Oh, you watched it in English?
Yeah, yeah. I actually think it's very good in English. Very good.
Oh, well, Kinjiro Suda is in the Japanese one. So as soon
No,
as
they
I
have a
heard
lot.
his
It's both
voice,
sides. There's a benefit for both.
yeah. As soon as I heard his voice in the first scene, I was just like, "Oh, yeah, not touching the English. So sorry." But maybe that's another reason for me to go back through, listen to the English voice actors.
No, I would recommend at least giving it a listen. I think Zach Aguilar did a great job with
Mm-hmm.
David Martinez. And a lot of like I always pay attention more to not even the supporting cast roles, but like the extra work. Um, and the extra work, like when he's like walking around or like whatever, felt like I was playing the game, which in turn felt like it was a pretty vibrant place. I will
Yeah.
say that I know a couple of people who were involved with that project. They weren't doing any like named actors, but they did a lot of support voice work.
Mm-hmm.
And I was very happy to hear a couple of people. So I whatever fits your fancy. Um, they have again some great voice actors on both ends. So
Cool, cool. What else did you watch? How is
before we
Harem doing? Or what before what?
oh it when I said like a couple weeks ago or a few weeks ago that like they were dialing back the porn, and the less porn there was, the better the show got. The last episode was almost like a 50-50 split, so it's like
Oh.
someone looked at the runtime. They're like, listen, we ain't got that much left. We some what some people are here
Dial it
for.
up.
Yeah, so I didn't, again, don't need that. And it looks like where they're going to leave off this season is not on any kind of a high note, which is unfortunate given that they've set up so much um, depth to what could exist in the world and sort of whatever the plot is. But they've taken it very slow. And again, the cast is essentially like uh, two main characters and then like a couple supporting characters that come back. So it's
Has
a
the
tiny
harm
little
grown?
cast. No, not yet. No, no.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
they were teasing it a couple episodes ago, but I'm telling you, if you took the runtime of every episode and like cut the 6 to 8 minutes of just straight porn out of each of those episodes, there would be enough to have a real show, because they'd have to fill it with all of that other stuff.
Yeah.
Beyond the world building, actually going out and like progressing the plot and everything else. But the porn just gets in the way. So again, I ain't saying that this is a good show. I'm just saying that of the isekai trash that is out this season, this one is both much more unapologetically trashy because it just has porn in it. This is what
Yeah.
why pretend? But then what's lurking beneath that is a pretty decent and interesting concept. I just wish that they got more time. And you know what? Because this show didn't get a lot of backlash, I presume it's doing well enough that we'll see a season 2.
Wow.
Because normally,
Okay.
like, if it's a show that people have a hate boner for, there'll be a lot of like interest in like the first episode or so, and then it'll, kind of go away. This, from what I've just looked around, is the people who are into that, basically into the porn, stuck around because it's not an offensive show to watch. Like, and then some people like me are just sort of like keeping an eye on it. So again, I don't see a very dynamic season ender plot because the plot really has only just started getting going, but it's fine. I mean, I'm not watching any of the other ones. That should tell you how they fell on their face when they're not doing porn. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they've
Yeah.
got their full runtime to tell a great story and decided not to. I guess I'm watching Overlord, but Overlord it's everything. If you like Overlord, it's what you like. If you
Yeah.
had criticisms about how it tends to just like meander around and not really do anything, and like threads that you get started in one season just abruptly lose focus, it's feeling that way too. We're like, do we have an episode left? Is it 1 or 2 episodes left?
I think
um
two.
Yeah, like
one or two.
there's like the season is just going to end. There's not like a thing that
There's no
happens
climax coming.
It doesn't feel like it, and I don't even see how you can have one. Season 1 definitely did.
Yeah.
Everything since is just sort of just like, oh, we went over here, we did this thing, and oh, we're plotting here, and this guy was surprised, and then now it's just sort of like, okay, we won the battle, everybody's weak. 2 more episodes. I have no idea what they're going to put in those 2 episodes.
This is why I always marathon it, because I just cannot keep my focus with the season.
It's not a great weekly show at all.
Yeah.
Oh well. What do you feel about like light novels that are written like this? Like, that's to say, there's a really long story in there, but there's absolutely no way that you can put that into like an anime season or one core anime season, but they just do it anyway.
Is it like, would you say it's similar to like Log Horizon if they just tried to like squeeze Log Horizon into like a one core?
That's a good question. Let me think about that, because Log Horizon is, and I've not read it, so I don't have a frame of reference, but the way it was produced, they typically per season have 2 climaxes, right? So you have your mid-season climax and the end climax. Now, it could be the case that the way it's written is that all that stuff kind of happens concurrently in the light novel. Yeah. So they are padding it out with, because I know in Log Horizon, a lot of people get turned off when like the story slows down, and they tend to do like a couple episodes about 2 characters and their relationship. Yeah. That doesn't necessarily touch the rest of the plot. But every season of Log Horizon had a beginning, middle, and an end where they took you down, they took you up, they took you down, they took you up. Overlord doesn't do any of that. It's not even like a straight line. It's like kind of go forward a little bit, and then you kind of like zigzag around, and then you go like forward a little teeny bit, and then like you switch to a totally different perspective that who fucking cares? All people are going to be dead in like 4 episodes anyway. Yeah. And then they get to an ending, and it's like, and now Nazarick marches forward to the next thing. It's like, we didn't settle the first thing. What's going on? So yeah. So I just think it's slow, but not in a way that is beneficial to storytelling. It's just a lot of details.
That do they even really matter?
I don't even know. I couldn't tell you they don't, but I also can't tell you that they do. Yeah. So such is life.
What were you asking earlier before I said harem?
Oh, I was gonna say, did you happen to catch the latest Bleach trailer?
Oh, absolutely, bitch! It was amazing. Are you kidding me? Also, we're getting 4 cores, and they're splitting them up. Thank you.
My God.
Thank you. It'd be one thing if they brought it back and they were literally just like Black Clover style, weekly, we running this shit until we catch up. Nope. They said this shit's gonna be like movie quality. Bring it on.
I believe them from what I saw in that trailer that they...
It looks so good!
Do you ever get the feeling like, if you ever watch like the old...
oh my God.
Yeah, like the old... like whenever Ichigo wasn't on the screen, that like everything that would be animated was just... They didn't give a shit.
Oh, well, that's clearly not the fucking case. I mean, like, I'm gay, but like when I saw that like one little flash of Rangiku, I was just like, bitch, wait, go back. What was that?
Yeah, like, yeah. I feel like they noticed. God. They're like, okay, we can't do that. We can't do that again.
Everybody was looking good. It looked phenomenal.
Even the random hollows, so like I see that they're using some CGI, but they're using it probably the right way.
Yeah. I was very fucking pleased. I'm very much so. Well, no, I think I'll definitely be paying attention because I know the first episode is premiering at New York Comic Con. Yeah. So I definitely want to hear everyone's opinions about like, is it just the trailer and like those particular moments, or is it literally like a continued like quality throughout the whole first episode? Is it the first episode or first 2 episodes? I forgot which one it was, but either way, extremely happy about that. Also, I still don't know where people are coming from with the Disney Plus streaming stuff. I'm really confused because every time I see them, oh, Disney, blah, 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 and I look for it, the only thing that I find are people saying that it happened, but no actual...
Yeah, it's all rumor. It's
all rumor. No, and then there's like some YouTuber guy who's like, I got it on very good... blah, 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 that this is happening, this is horrible, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, dude, what is the... You say you have a source, but no one has heard anything from any company.
Also doesn't even make a lot of sense because, unless I'm totally wrong, like, a lot of the IP, like the music and everything else is Sony.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Disney, no. Don't nobody want to deal with those bidding wars or all the like contract negotiation just to get it to stream on it, like whatever.
Right.
I don't know where that's coming from, so I still don't believe it. I still don't think it's going to be on Disney Plus. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I just have not seen an actual source come out and say, yes, it's streaming on this. All we've gotten are the dates. So that's great. We got the dates, we just don't have the streaming platform.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
So agreed.
Oh, looks so fucking good. Looks so good. This is like every Bleach fan's like fucking dream. The fact that it's coming back and it's being done well. What more can we fucking ask for? I mean, we could ask for more chapters, Kubo, on both sides. Burn the witch.
Bro. What's going on, man?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Like, let's keep it moving. Like, I don't know what you know. There's the demand. I don't know what you're doing, but yeah, more Burn the Witch and I mean hell, because they're going to hell. So hell arc. Like, what are we doing? Because I think I didn't watch any of the Bleach movies, but wasn't one of the movies around hell?
Yes, there was one.
Yeah. Is that considered canon? Or just...
No, and even if it was, the ending of it was like everybody's memories of this character got erased.
Oh, okay. So they don't even remember what the fuck even happened. Okay.
Yeah.
So, well, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very, very, very pleased by it. Definitely gonna see how those titty physics work. Like, who's gonna
listen, I can't...
said...
I'm gonna be looking.
They were very clear that they were just like, yeah, we're doing this to bust size.
I'm gonna be looking.
Very accurate. So,
right.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm very happy about that. What else did I watch or that came out? I caught up on Classroom of the Elite. Fully caught up. Even with like this week's episode, and I mean it's.
We can talk about the waterboarding at the end of this episode.
Holy shit. I didn't even think waterboarding was coming. I thought that they were just gonna like have her just sit there and freeze. And then the moment that he put the bag over her head, I was like, oh my God, bitch, are you kidding me? They're gonna waterboard this bitch?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Just, Ryuen is interesting, but also I like the fact that when he was threatening Koenji, he was like, "Oh, this nigga's a monster too." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm a different.
I'm a fuck the whole shit up."
Yeah, he's like,
"It don't make no difference to me.
I don't care who you are. All of y'all can get it." So I enjoyed that because Koenji really has been like background so far. And what was the last time he even had lines? I guess
he let's see, he had a couple lines in the sports arc where he just said, "I'm not doing shit," and then that was pretty much it. Literally disappeared off screen.
Yeah, because he said the same thing for the boat game too.
He's like, "Fuck it, I ain't doing this."
Yeah, he's like, "I ain't doing this shit. I'm fucking disqualifying all of us. We didn't lose no points. Fuck out of here." So with that, I already know because of what they've done with Kushida. The fact that those revelations with her, I already was just thinking, oh, they're calling her a monster, but I'm pretty sure almost everyone of note in the class that they're like hinting at or foreshadowing, they're all monsters.
Yeah.
So like in some form or fashion, they're all gonna end up being monsters because Ida Koji is a monster. He's a fucking monster. And even the whole thing with the dad and seeing what went down this week. And so you have the Sakiyanagi, so the chairman Sakiyanagi, and then his daughter is the head of Class A.
Mm-hmm.
Even that fact that like he used to be Ayano Koji's dad's assistant or like secretary or something, I was already thinking, I was like, oh, so your daughter probably was up in the white room too, like getting fucked up or some shit like that. Because it's not like Ayano Koji saw other people in there, so there could have been multiple
just
ones.
knew about it and was like, okay, this is a tool that kind of landed in my lap.
Yeah, but she's fucked up too, because the way that little smirk and shit she had going on, she just showing up. All kind of shit. I'm just like, girl, your arc, and of course they're like foreshadowing the other shit because Class B and the homegirl from who runs Class B was along with her and shit like that. Honestly, what I'm just looking forward to is how he's gonna get Ryuen together. Like, it has to be bad after this. Like, he's gotta do this nigga dirty. He's got to. But I also like how even though his motivation disappeared, he does still have feelings. He does still have like a sense of like what is the word I'm looking for? A sense of duty to like Kaorizawa, because he did promise her, he's like, I will protect you. I'm not gonna go back on that. It's just that I'm not gonna use you anymore for my own gains. I ain't gotta do shit no more. Cause the threat is actually not a threat. So I'ma chill here, I'ma be free, and I'll protect you. So he's gonna protect her. I know he's gonna show up at the last minute. And I also feel like the way that he acted outside of the gas station, whatever, I'm just like, he already knows what's going on. He probably has something in movement right now to help her.
Yeah, so and I don't know the answer either way, but I'd try to ask myself when that scene kind of played itself out, do I want this to be a situation where once again it's sort of like a Deus Ex Machina, like, oh, I already threw that shit before I came in the room, like, you know, you already knew, or would I prefer him actually being on the back foot and having to struggle through something? Because so far all of the you know, what I like about the series is that in the context of the school environment and its rules, it's possible for the class to lose without ruining the story, i.e. there is always some tension with each of these, either the games or his individual confrontations with certain characters, that like Ida Koji doesn't always have to get the better of somebody, and also the outcome of some game doesn't have to be an all-out win for Class D. We saw that on multiple occasions where, you know, they may have done better than others were expecting, or maybe they averted the worst outcome, like people getting, you know, thrown out of the class, but they don't come in first. And, you know, the principal antagonists are kind of always around, and they don't lose too much when they do lose. Most of the change has been within the class. Yeah. Like in the Kushida now having to be on side because she lost her little wager, which was stupid for her to make that bet. But, you know, you kind of knew that was the stakes there.
She's gonna get fucked regardless.
Right. The stakes there were to take her off the board as a secondary antagonist and sort of make her part of the class for real this time, not for fake shit. Yeah. So here we are again. Kuroizawa has kind of been released. She's involuntarily, because she still wants to be chilling with Ayano Koji and catching feelings, all of this shit.
Yeah, but, she definitely catching feelings.
But, you know, her story arc is not done. And so using her as a pawn to sort of draw out Ayano Koji or whoever the mastermind is, that makes sense. But I asked myself, like, okay, if he doesn't know that this is happening and only finds out later after she gets fucking ruined and doesn't give him up, because I would assume that's sort of where they go, that they'll do anything they do to her, she won't give up because actually she's really, you know, loyal and wants to protect him. Do I want to see him in the last episode take off all the limiters and just fuck Ryuen up however he would do it? Or do I want him to sort of have presaged this and already had a plan? Because in some ways I think it's a lot less realistic if that were to happen, but it's also the thing that I think most people watching would presume, given the way his character is set up. So I think I would actually prefer he didn't know that he's sort of,
I want the limiters to come off.
Yeah, I'm finally free, I ain't gotta do shit, and then he just sees her, you know, half dead waterboarded. She didn't give him up. Like, it didn't work. But
I want to see the red eyes eye in the Koji, the one where it's just like cold, just like I'm fucking you up.
Exactly, like where he thinks about his promise and he's like, I said I would protect her. I failed in this case, even though everything he did was perfectly reasonable and logical and so on. But he, you know, I would prefer that, because then that would show the kind of growth that I think is necessary for that character without going over the top and making him this emotive, you know, crying, whatever.
I'm not expecting that. I'm expecting like a scene where he just like he comes across her and there's just like inner monologue like after the talk, and there's just like, cool, got it.
Yep, I have to destroy this man.
Yeah,
like I got you. Yeah, because so far, you know, they have all the tests and they have these challenges, but I think we said it a few weeks ago, like Kushida is fine as sort of like a mid-season sort of, you know, antagonist character, but her little game lasted a very short period of time.
Yeah,
right. You know, she betrays a class twice. Ainakoji gets wind of it. They kind of come up with a plan to take her down. She foolishly gives into her hatred for what is her name?
Horikita,
right? And then makes a ill-advised bet with no support from Ryuen and Class C, and then gets annihilated because our characters are too smart for her. You know, she thought she could cheat her way out.
Which I actually was proud of Horikita in that moment. I was like, oh, she actually did something with that. I mean, she definitely was like consulting Ainakoji the entire time.
No, but it was her plan, and he said it too.
Plan. Yeah.
Yep. He said, he's like, I don't need to guide Horikita. She's finally taking action for herself. She's smart enough to do it. I'm gonna just he literally said, I'm gonna just stand back and just see what happens.
Yeah, which he had a contingency plan just in case, but still,
right. Actually, and it was it Horikita's plan to like go to the teacher first and say if anybody.
That was her plan.
Yeah. So like that's cool, but I was looking at like the episode count and I'm like, bro, we have like 2 or 3 episodes left. There's still no like showdown with Ryuen, and the way they set it up. It's more like Ryuen antagonizing
everyone and anyone just to find out who the fuck it is. Right.
But in the last episode, I thought it was going to get a lot more complicated when Class B got involved, and it kind of didn't. It just was like Ryuen was trying to bait something to happen, and nothing really happened.
And he does not fuck with Sakayanagi for some reason, so there's definitely some kind of history
we did learn that part. Yeah, 100%. So I thought, I mean, as far as like we're heading towards the conclusion of this season, I've felt the same way about this season as I felt about the first season, which is like the end was cool, is probably going to be cool, but I kind of wish it hadn't been compressed into like 2 or 3 episodes. Granted that Ryuen has been fucking with them since the first episode here, but it's always been kind of like he's hanging around, he's watching people, he's getting in Horikita's face here and there, but they're not like acting against each other in a very obvious way, even though every game it's Class D versus Class C basically. So I don't know, I want to see, as you said, red eyes Ainakoji just fucking taking off the weights, you know what I mean, taking off the limiters,
the Rock Lee,
just drop the weights, and then let's see what you got, bro. What's going on?
I'm looking forward to it also. I don't know if he's gonna lay hands on him, but I'm also very interested in knowing like the true purpose of the school, because the Sakayanagi, the dad, he was just like, you're gonna find out the true purpose of the school very soon.
Yes. Now I worry about that, and only because I think the show works really well when you kind of don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
The reveal of what the secret is could deflate a lot of what happened before. It could. Also,
that they don't even all they don't actually like take an entrance test. Like they all are accepted like under the fucking table. So that in and of itself made me think, oh, so there's definitely something going on.
Well, the cool thing, which I really liked, was when Ryuen said, if you're not constantly like this, the what's on the surface and like what this place really is are 2 very different things.
Yeah.
And everybody who's here, if you're doing it right, you're constantly testing what's going, like what are the limits of what you can get away with, because every stated rule is not exactly what it appears to be on its face. I really, really, really like that observation. I thought that like that added so much more because we then get to see like Horikita studying and like, you know, all these people where you're like, oh, okay, they get it. They get that like there's more to this, and it made me interested in the world building. Yeah. I'm just afraid that once we find out what the more to this actually is, that it won't live up to the cool stuff that they've introduced so far. So I want whatever it is, I just want them to be careful. That's all.
Yeah. They've handled it pretty well so far, and season 3's already approved. So
yeah.
Well, we know we getting more, like maybe in January, probably in January. Maybe that's when they'll announce it's coming, or next spring. Who cares?
Yeah. Wasn't the first season long? It was like two. It was like a 2-core.
No, it's just 12.
Oh, was it just 12? Okay,
yeah,
maybe I misremembering.
It's just 12.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if the first season was a 2-core, then I feel like it would have come back sooner.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
It kind of just like, you know, did the 12 and then they forgot about it for how many 7 years?
Yeah, about that.
Brought it right on back, which I mean, that's great. Also, the fact that the first year is done in the light novel. So there's plenty more material to go. Like, I think they're like midway through year 2. So there's plenty of like stuff to continue to go after while the light novel just, you know, chugs along, and also spreading it out. Like, we don't need it back to back to fucking
Nope,
back.
I don't. Like, listen, I can wait till the same time next year.
Yeah.
12 episodes, like, we're good. I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah. Watch that. What else was? Oh my god, fucking Made in Abyss. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god, man. What the fuck is this shit?
Where you want to start?
I don't know. Okay. Fuck. Okay. So wait. Okay. So let me get everything together. So Faputa is, oh my god, the village, and then what the village is. Oh my god, man. Okay, so the last time we talked about this, I was wrong. They didn't chop up Irumyui and eat her. They were chopping up her fucking dead babies and eating them.
Yep.
So, okay. Then it just kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse. Then you find out that nigga found another wish egg and put that shit in her, and so like that, and then it's like, okay, so what was the new wish? What was the other wish that she did? And then they're literally just like, okay, Irumyui, do it. Or the fact that she even went up to Irumyui with that little dagger and was like, I'm gonna kill it. It's like, how do you kill that thing? What are you talking about? I did not see it coming. When that bitch literally went to the damn open chasm or whatever, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then, you know, just leave this show to be so fucking just like accurate to a T, because I'm watching them like run after like the monstrous Irumyui running through the fucking valley, and I was thinking, I was just like, ain't no way they made it there all safe. There ain't no, and right on cue, swoop somebody up, take them up, burst. I'm like, okay, well.
Yep, that was I remember I read that in the manga. That scene, I was just like, that seems about right. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, people should be dying on the way over here. It makes absolute fucking sense. So, also just homeboy being extremely depressed because he knew that they were eating the children, and he was like the only one, in addition to like homegirl, who felt bad about it. He was the only one, and then he's the first one to go in there. The moment that I saw when he was like, take my body, take this, blah, 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 and I saw him transform, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? She's the village. She's the village. And then, on top of all that shit, the black stuff are all the dead babies. They're the fucking dead babies. The fucking dead babies just like good other shit. What is this show doing? Where do you come up with ideas like this? Like, what is going on in this nigga's head? Where does this come from? I don't get this. I mean, it is entertaining, but also I'm just like, where has your mind been, nigga? Like, are you okay? Are you okay?
I mean, but whatever. It's making him lots and lots of money. So I mean, he's whatever. So then we keep going. So then of course Red gets his ass back to the fucking city, and the incinerator and Faputa makes it into the fucking city. Also, so then this past week's episode, why they did the whole Nanachi and Miti shit all over again, and it was just as fucking.
But they
horrible.
had to. But that one was like unfair.
It was so fucked. I was just like, this is insane. The moment where he was like, "Oh yeah, when you go past this point, she's dead again," and I'm like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "Oh my god," because it was a wish in the village. So if the village is falling apart, she's not gonna exist anymore because it's through Iramui's fucking power or whatever. So
right, you can't, and it can't leave. Whatever's in the village,
it cannot leave.
Yeah.
So there's that, and then you also have the So the eggs, are they gonna explain more about the wish things, like in the coming episodes?
Yeah, a little bit.
So what I'm assuming is that Faputa has 3 of them inside of her. Okay, because one was the one they originally found that fucked Iramui up. The second one, the sage dude, put the other one in the already fucked up Iramui, and then the third one manifested.
Yep.
And the other 2 combined into Faputa, and Iramui made Faputa outside of the fucking city.
Yes.
So, and then even that, oh my god. And so then the promise is getting her into the city so that she can literally massacre everyone.
Yes. Basically unmake what was made.
Free her mother.
Yeah.
So that was even so that's the next thing. Iramui's still alive, technically.
Yeah.
Like, she's still alive. And I'm just like, this is so fucked on so many levels. And then you also have Faputa wanting to be like have babies with Reg, and I'm just like, oh my god. So like
that's a whole other,
like Iramui's wish for being able to have kids and shit like that passed on to fucking her.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, come on, man.
I mean, you could argue that like that was part of the reason why she came into being in the first place.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like symbolism with like, the her being a vessel, and then the eggs, and then like all the baby stuff. If you want to get into it. So I mean, the other part is that this show and the series anyway does a lot with making you empathize at some level with everybody.
Yes.
Faputa definitely deserves to have revenge.
She does.
But then there's others in the village who probably deserve to be saved. Some people
were just going along with everything,
but they don't get punished. There's all like the doomed children and whatever that means.
Oh, and on top of that, the fact that one of the new village sages was the rapist.
Yes.
And I'm just like, where the fuck did this come from?
And that also puts some of the stuff that happened when they got to the village in perspective too. So it's an interesting balance. I mean, part of it is that you kind of know from experience with the series that like people kind of, well, I don't want to say people don't get what they want, but it's like, how many times has Made in Abyss introduced a character, taught the audience that like, okay, they're a good person or a bad person or, whatever, and then they don't get what you would consider the just desserts.
Yeah.
They just, something else happens. It makes sense, the thing that happened.
And they have to move on.
And they gotta move on.
Yeah.
Like
the fact that niggas are still talking about Bone Druid. Like, niggas are still bringing him up, and they're just like, wait, Faputa mentioned Bone Druid or some shit like that. I'm just like, oh my god, like, this nigga is everywhere. Just how deep has he been? Like, how deep has he been?
I don't know.
But
but one thing that I think is true is that the show bases a lot of its storytelling around morality plays, but the Abyss itself is not really a place where morality exists or at least
No.
not in the way that you would for a dramatic kind of storytelling. It's really that I get this feeling like even when you're a reader, you feel like you're an observer of this weird these weird cultures and rules, but those rules are not like they're not literary rules. They're the same way like how in real life stuff can just happen and you can want there to be a meaning to it, or you can want there to be a certain resolution, and maybe you just don't get it, right? If you have a parent who was cruel to you and you say, wouldn't it be nice if we could come to some understanding or they could get their just desserts, and then they just die at like 72, you never really had to talk about it, and it's just a thing that happened. And
Yeah.
it's like, man, life doesn't serve you up karma. It just occurs. Whatever happens happens, and it feels that way in this series, but it's like wrapped around this kind of beautifully gross world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautifully gross. Yeah. And
Yeah.
so the whole fucking fight scene, I do like the white whistle stuff where like Red gets his little like power up and shit like
Yep.
that.
That's
I
pretty
think
cool.
yeah, I think that's cool. But also the whole thing where like there's so much more shit going on with the white whistles, and Fapata even saying that like she could tell that Prushka was suffering, or like that she was like smothered because of like the original state of the white whistle, and then she's like blaming Rico because she's just like she couldn't even tell and it was a test, but then also she was using her in a sense to get into the village also. So because one of my fears is that this whole time I'm just thinking, I'm like, Fapata's gonna get a chunk of Rico. Like she's gonna fuck her up somehow. Like I'm waiting on it because Rico
has gone a long way without any
pain,
permanent disfigurement or pain or
yeah. So it's her time's up. It's coming. I know it's coming. It's up. It's coming. So I'm just, when is it happening? And I feel like it's gonna be Fapata. And so, some like delirious part of my fucking brain, I was like, oh my god, I feel like Fapata's gonna join the group. And like she's gonna go down with them. Like they're gonna come to like an understanding. And no, we end the episode with her literally choking Reg out, about to like pop his ass. So I'm just like, okay, that's gone.
Getting her chunks out of him.
Not to include that nigga. That bitch went in that nigga's intestines and was just like, turn. I'm just gonna blend this shit.
Yeah, I was like, bro, can we really?
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Just go in there, fuck it up, and I don't know. Either he's gonna have to. Well, she's immortal, so maybe it's probably gonna be one of those things where he's gonna have to incinerate her, and then like before she's able to regain her form or whatever the fuck it is, they're gonna have to go down. Like you have to fucking run. Maybe it'll end like that. But also the way that like they were saying, oh, we want you all to continue your adventure. Like you guys don't actually want to be stuck here. You want to continue your adventure, so we're gonna do that. Which means Irumyuui has to go. But also I'm thinking, well, no, they're right over the pit. Yeah. So they just have to go down. But there is, I don't know, like the curse is seeping into the city. So Rico can't go up. Which was kept
out for a while, right?
Yeah. Rico can't go up no more. So wherever the fuck she is, y'all gonna have to find a way to go down. Red gonna have to do the arm thing or what, like, I don't know. Nanachi's new helmet is cute, but also fuck them for doing the scene where like the little thingamabobs brought him a new helmet and we're talking and then just were like dying as they were talking. I'm just like, y'all are horrible. Y'all are horrible. Mm-hmm. Like this is just so crazy. And Nanachi just had to poor. I actually am happy that Nanachi actually is in one piece because I thought that cover over his bottom, I was like, that nigga probably been like chopped his body or some shit and just keeping him alive. I wouldn't be surprised. But no, he was, he was okay. He was in full. He like let him go. He was like, this is the end of the village, nigga. Bye. Bye. All that to say, great show. I'm just
there's also like one thing I liked about this season, and you only really think about it when you look back on it, but it has like a lot of ties to like Greek mythology and like Persephone and Hades, and once you go down, basically the idea of like you're in a place that seems like it's a kind of like hedonistic underworld scenario. Yeah. But the real trick is that you have to leave. and when you leave, you have to leave things behind. And
Yeah.
every character has to sort of come to terms with whatever that means. Like even the stuff with like it was a little on the nose, like the last episode, like with like MIDI and you know
Yeah.
the understanding of like what the city was. Uh but again, I felt like this that most of this was like character development for like Reg
Yeah, for real, for real.
mostly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those flashbacks with like he and Faputa and like, you know, the origin of their relationship and actually seeing him in a light before Rico
Mm-hmm.
interacted with him was interesting. Also, Reg came back up with her mom's pickaxe, right?
Correct.
Okay, so yeah, I've forgotten so much shit from the first season, like the very beginnings of everything. So yeah, we shall see because there's what there's this week's episode, and then next week is an hour long. So I'm already thinking because the way that this episode went down, I'm like, damn, this makes me think like this is the second to last shit, and it's like, no, there's plenty more. It's not over yet.
Get ready to go ham.
Oh my god. Oh Lord. And Reg it can't do shit now because he's about to pass the fuck out. So I'm just like, oh, now what's gonna happen? Whatever. My god. My god. God. So oh my god. Okay. Okay, fine. Whatever. Okay. What else did you watch?
Ironically, not that much else. I think I was saying before that I was watching like Yu Yu Hakusho and I got past the
Yeah.
Black Arc and I was having some fun with that. I went back and rewatched a little bit of Double Zeta Gundam because I saw I've watched Zeta and Double Zeta to completion, but I've largely forgotten a lot of the stuff that was in Double Zeta, and I
Mm-hmm.
forgot just how much like there's a lot more comedy in it than you would think. And then going
Oh.
back and rewatching it, I was like, oh yeah, like Gune Gus was a meme, and all there was just a lot of like people complained, especially like the first 10 episodes of Double Zeta because it focuses on judo and all the other the kids from the colony, and it's like, oh boy, they're taking this really like dark Zeta Gundam thing and like turning it into a joke and whatever. But as you kind of get a little deeper, it goes right back to like the usual Zeta stuff. I think it's just um a little more lighthearted and a little more like bouncing around. I think they go all over the place. On
Yeah.
Earth they go to like Africa and they're in Egypt and they go like other parts of the planet and then yeah, it's more of a romp than it is like a straight up war story. So I did not get past those first like 8 episodes or so, but like
Mm-hmm.
I was reminding myself like, oh, this was actually a lot of fun, and there's a ton of really cool suit designs that I now remember from like getting their cameos in Unicorn and some of the games. But like Double
Oh.
Zeta really was like the first time you got to see some of the like the jagged doga and some of the other like Jupiter inspired like mobile suit designs, like those, which are really cool. A lot of really really cool suits that just kind of get overshadowed because it's like the least revered of the UC, like immediate UC timeline,
Mm-hmm.
for a lot of reasons. Also, I think that, and someone who maybe is a little more up to date on what the history of the series was. I believe when Double Zeta was getting produced, there was supposed to be another series that came right after it that then got canceled,
Oh.
and that whatever that series was got turned into um, Stardust Memory. Uh, I
Oh,
think,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, so wait, at the end of Double Zeta, is that the one where like Camille does like the super psycho shit and
So that's at the end of
disappears?
Zeta. Yeah,
Oh,
like
that's in the
at the end of
Zeta.
Zeta,
Okay.
Camille like goes, Super Saiyan 8, like
Yeah.
brains and like mind fucks everybody to death, including himself. So
Yeah.
Sirocco gets killed. Like he's catatonic. He's basically in a fucking pod, like for half of the Zeta Gundam, and then he finally like snaps out of it in the middle of it. But like Judo Asha takes over for
Yeah.
him. Yeah, which is why a lot of people didn't like it because they felt like they wrote Camille off, but then they kept him on screen and they put this like bratty asshole who's like, he's like a punk kid, whereas like, like there are I'm like thinking about like Amuro Ray is a punk kid.
Yeah.
And Camille is like Amuro Ray, but he went to college and is still a punk kid. But Judo is like supposed to be dumb. You know, he's not like you know, because he's like a scrapper. Like he grew up in the streets. So his character is kind of one note for a lot of the series. And then you have Camille there. And you know, if you put like a catatonic super ace in the series, then obviously people are like, well, when's he gonna show back up to fix this? And he kind of does, but he just becomes like a mentor rather than a, you know, like the primary character. He kind of takes on in that short run where Amuro is in Zeta. He kind of has like the same general relationship to like the rest of the cast. And again, almost all like the pilots on the ship that aren't like old people are young kids.
Yeah.
So it's a different. All I'm saying is it's a different vibe. And there's a lot of like hijinks and shit where like they're constantly fucking with Haman Karn, and the situations they get into are very improbable. Like, oh, they're fighting some remnants in on Earth, and then it turns out there's like a party in a city, and Haman Karn is at the party. What are we gonna do? Like, it's there's some stuff like that in there. So like people just they shit on it, but I think it's still pretty good. And having like rewatched some of them, like I want to watch more of this. Animation at some points is also really good too. So, it ain't no Char's Counterattack, but that's a fucking movie. And what else? I mean, there's not much else to really say about that. That was also supposed to be a series at one point, and then got turned into a movie. That's like the history of a lot of like Gundam shit. Is like Sunrise will plan it, and then something will happen. And then they can't make the thing that they plan. And it doesn't make sense to me because that company is one of the wealthiest
rolling in money.
They are like money. It's not a joke. Like they are cast out. And yet, like, you look at the history of production for almost all the Gundam series that got made, with maybe the exception of like the very first one and then later Zeta, they were plagued with problems. And a lot of them were like, oh, what we intended to do and spent like 5 years preparing to do, for whatever reason now we can't do it. And some of it's like personal shit, like people just hate each other and then they can't work on the project. I'm like, this would never happen that way. Like outside of like the Japanese corporate system.
I can see that not happening here at all.
Yeah.
They'd be like, we getting this shit out.
Yeah, for better or worse. Like Disney is like the perfect example with all the, like the Marvel and the Star. Like there's a lot of projects I wish didn't get made because they suck. But the thing is, like those American companies be like, oh, we making $1 billion. I don't know what you think is about to happen here, but we making
we don't scrap shit here.
Right, yeah. You gonna get your She-Hulks, you're gonna get your Obi-Wans. We're just gonna fucking do it.
And we're gonna make money off of it.
Yep, yeah. And guess what? You know what? If the one producer ain't working out, we'll just fire you and get another one. One writer ain't working out, we'll fire and get another one. Those Star Wars movies, hot garbage, but they made sure they came out on time.
Oh, they coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have not heard any bad things about production from Mercury, so we're gonna keep it that way. Keep it that way. Wait. I mean, it's premiering in less than a month now.
Give me that Witch from Mercury, baby.
I'm so happy birthday to you, dead.
Give me that shit.
Dead. Yes, I'm ready. Oh, I'm ready for another one.
So here's the thing: like, I don't want to overhype myself because I don't know what the story is going to be, but I tempering my expectations has been hard. So my solution is to try to get hyped about other things so that then this creeps back up on me. Like I'm really excited for Eminence and Shadow. Like,
oh yeah, I was looking at that one too.
Yeah, I'm really hyped for Eminence and Shadow.
Yeah, that looks good.
We got Bleach. We got like, there's enough stuff where I can like put it to the back of my mind, and then when the first episode or the second, I don't know. I guess it's gonna be what we got was actually a prologue episode. Yeah. So I assume episode 1 is what will drop beginning next season. So when we get that, I'll be right back in. I'm like trying to step my back a little bit. Yeah.
I'm just pissed that the fucking Gunpla are already sold out. Oh, I can't get one.
Yeah.
So now I have to like go to the booths at fucking at Anime NYC because I know they're gonna be at those booths. Like I know they're
that
gonna
premium
have
Bandai drop ain't no fucking joke.
Yeah,
you gotta watch it.
I was like, fuck. I was like, oh yeah, I want to get one. I went to the webpage. They were like, yeah, this shit sold out in like 3 minutes. Like, you're a week late, nigga. You ain't getting shit. What are you talking about?
Yep.
So,
and that's just the way it's gonna be.
And I can't wait. I want to see the power ups or whatever the equips, whatever. We shall see. All right. Well, I did watch another thing.
What you watch?
Begrudgingly, because I read something and I had to see what the fuck everyone was talking about. So,
okay, what is it?
I read Promised Neverland to completion.
Ah, yes. Okay, this is what we should be talking about today. Yes.
Phenomenal.
Yes.
Loved, ate it the fuck up.
Yes.
But I just want to touch on the anime before we go back to the other stuff.
Can we just like pretend it didn't happen or something?
I was shocked. So here's the thing. I stopped watching the anime after episode 3 for the second season because I forgot something was going on. I was like, whatever, I'll get back around to it. And immediately I started hearing like bad stuff about like episode 4, 5, 6, and I was just like, maybe I'll come back to it. Like once it's finished, maybe they'll bring it back around at the end of the season. Never touched it. People were still just like horrible, fucking horrendous adaptation. Who the fuck? Okay, this like whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I read Promised Neverland. I'm just like, this is fucking amazing. I just can't imagine what they did to the anime to make people so mad. Like, why are these niggas so mad? And then I watched it, and I was like, oh, I'm mad. Like, oh my God.
You got the experience, everyone. You managed to like compress that. The whole...
No, I didn't even watch the full episodes. I just started like fast forwarding, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing? It was so out of order. So much, just the co-opted this and that, and I'm just like, you tagged some shit on in like 2 episodes. Horrible. Skipped Goldy Pond. How the fuck did you skip Goldy Pond? Lucas and Lucas and Hugo gone. Where the fuck are my niggas at? That was one of the best fucking things. Like, we didn't get the fucking. Okay, so. I would just say that like one thing that I definitely noticed from the anime compared to what happened in the manga is that I think they were trying to avoid the child gore. That's what I got from it. They were hell-bent on not showing those kids get hurt in that second season. And that is the fatal flaw, because when I thought of it that way, I was like, well, yeah, you got to keep Goldy Pond out. Because they were washing them little niggas. Like,
oh, yes. 100%.
All over the place. Like, it was bad. Like, they got... It was entertaining, yes. But then when you also put together, like, all of the revelations of the world, and even the fucking ending. I finished the manga, and I was just like, wow, I will take that ending. Like, I will take that. Because, yeah, it made sense. And they've been building this up. So, yeah, I will take that. I actually really enjoyed it. This shit, the fucking anime. Phil. Hey, Phil. Like, what the fuck you mean, hey, Phil? What do you mean you went back to the demon world to help fix it? They didn't do anything about... Lewis didn't even show the fuck up in the damn anime. That pissed me off. I was like, where the fuck is Lewis at? That's like my favorite character. Like, that nigga was literally just like, I love doing this shit. I love the hunt. I've been around for over 1,000 years, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then at the end, he kind of was just like, shit changes. Gotta go along with it. Is what it is.
I would argue that Lewis was the greatest villain that was, from a pure writing point of view, of like, accomplishing what a villain needs to be. They need to feel like an insurmountable force that our characters cannot overcome. They need to be written in a way where they have an interesting ideology that even if you disagree with them, you can identify with some part of the way that they think, and therefore your main characters get to play off against it, right? If they if they don't believe what the villain believes, then they have to prove it, the value of their own beliefs, through whatever the action of the story is. He also was a great device in a arc that was pretty much completely focused on just the one character. So it really felt like it was like 1v1 an actual monster. How do
Yeah.
you take this guy down? I think in that arc too, Bayon, the other
Yeah.
poacher,
The
was
Lord, yeah.
also a fantastic supporting villain as well. Like everything about Goldie, I mean, we're gonna like probably just collapse it on Goldie Pond. So actually,
Yeah.
let me like hold back. I agree with you. I think that they were trying to do two things. The first was they definitely want to avoid the child gore.
Yeah.
Because if you even think about the first season, a lot of what happened was either implied or they showed you like the aftermath of what was going
Yeah.
on. Because if you actually read the manga, there's a lot of scenes of the demons eating children.
Yes.
Isn't there like even in the first like 20 chapters where you finally see like the demon world, there's that where they're all at the table and it's like they're
Yeah.
serving
But
like
bodies. Yeah.
yeah, like so there was some for some reason which I don't understand, that was the line that they felt they couldn't like produce their way out of somehow. And I'm like, all right, if you're not willing to go that far, that doesn't mean you excise an entire arc. It means that you've got to now think creatively
Yeah.
about what the fuck you're doing. And I just felt there was a complete lack of creative investment to solve whatever problem that was. And on top of that, by removing all of the things that they did, they jacked up their own
Fucked it up.
yeah, they jacked up their own like timeline, they jacked up their own plot progression.
Because
They made
so
things...
much stuff that happened in that timeline, in that arc, they skipped like 2 arcs and a half almost. Or
yeah,
like,
just about.
yeah, and I'm just like, and then so it's like a fast forward to like the final shit. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no, what about all the stuff in the middle? What about the 7 walls? What about like where did all this shit go? The search for the 7 walls.
Right. Like the thing that they fucked up and I'm sure someone after the fact realized it, but it was too late. If you take Lugo out of the story, right, and you try to do everything that happens in the story, you run into some really big problems. One of the biggest ones is that after they leave the farm, in the manga, all of our main characters that we focus on go from mentor figure to mentor figure to mentor figure. And each time they do that, it's a way of teaching the audience about like what's going on in the world and then creating this dramatic tension because every mentor figure could be someone who could betray you. Those first hunters that showed up, like the vibe in the show up until that point is that you run into a demon and they want to eat kids. Can you believe them if they tell you something?
Yes.
And even in the manga and in the anime, they made sure to come back to them and be like, you know, we could have eaten them.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, like if things had been a little different, like we probably would have. And then Lugo, when Lugo's character is introduced, he is specifically brought in because to create doubt. He is in the bunker. He's the only one there. He's an asshole. He also may or may not have betrayed everybody who was in that bunker
with him.
Right. And that he may be working with the demons the whole time, but he's also necessary for the survival of all of the kids. And he's not like an active, like, oh, I want to teach these kids something, whatever else. He's a very reluctant kind of guy. So as you get to know his character and you buy into his character, the whole like assault on the bunker and everything else is a very clarifying moment of growth for everybody involved.
Yes.
And by removing all that shit, you then have to like somehow get all those characters to the same point that they were at after Goldy Pond and after the assault on the bunker without any of the connective tissue, because there's no character to work against there. You know what I mean? So it's just I've never seen such an easy
fumble
fucked up.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Like beyond all recognition, so aggressively.
Just, I was shocked. Like I was shocked. The fact that they even did this shit where like homegirl was being crowned queen. It was like, you didn't even explain what's going on with her right now. They put that scene. They didn't show why she became queen or anything. They just showed her being crowned. So I'm pretty sure anime onlys were watching that shit and they were like, okay, so they like the little girl now. It's like, no, she became queen because of this. And then like so much stuff was just wiped from the slate. So yeah, I don't know how an anime only person could watch that second season and be like, I enjoyed that. That was great, because it made absolutely no fucking sense from the moment that I recognized in the manga, where I was just like, wait a second, in the anime they got in the bunker and nobody was in here. Who is this?
Right.
And then from
I
there
was
on,
like, what? At that moment, I was like, something is wrong. Something is very wrong.
Yeah, you literally cut niggas out the story.
Yeah.
Insane. So, beyond bitching about that, holy shit. Oh, that was so good. I was enraptured with Goldy Pond. I was literally just like, I'm losing sleep.
Yeah, we should talk about Goldy Pond.
We should. I was so it's on top of that, it's like, okay, so there's an adult human in the bunker. What's going on? Where does nigga come from? What is this? Blah, blah, blah. Of course, he's planning to kill the two leads. And, they're doing like a sting operation and going to Goldy Pond. And just everything. One thing that I really liked about the series is that when they did info dumps, it wasn't like overwhelming. It always made fucking sense in the time and moment. And they honestly like spread it out over a few chapters sometimes, where like, they would get the info during an info dump, and they basically be like, oh, well, back during that info dump, we also learned this, and now we're, like, moving upon it. Or, like, this is what's happening right now.
Yeah.
So I appreciated how they did that, as opposed to just doing, like, 2 to 3 straight chapters of just, like, this is the origin of this, and this came from here, and this, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, we have this information. We'll come back to it when we have time, but now we gotta fucking survive, or else it just doesn't mean anything. So, yeah. Fast forward to actually be learning how to fucking fight demons.
Which you don't get if you don't have... Never mind.
If you don't have Goldy Pond.
No, you're right.
Like, if you don't have Goldy Pond, how did you guys learn all this shit? Because it wasn't from the books. The books didn't have that in there. So, William Minerva, I'm even thinking, I'm just like, yo, is this nigga like a traitor? Is he doing this for fun? Like, is it actually a human, or is it a demon, like, fucking with these niggas? Like, all these questions are answered in the process, but at the same time, they're just constantly introducing new characters, new dynamics, it's nothing stale, nothing gets old, and also, these new characters elevate the people that we've already been on the journey with the entire time. Emma stays true to Emma the entire time, but she definitely, like, grasps with, dealing with other people. Like, her whole life is focused around, like, being happy, sappy, dappy, protecting my siblings, all that shit like that. She's never dealt with fucking adults or, like, motherfuckers who just literally are like, can I trust this person? Like you said earlier, can I trust this person? Or are we gonna have to fucking, like, throw hands? Like, I'm gonna shoot your ass? Do it shoot your ass? I might shoot you. I'm gonna shoot you. Like, it is what it is. But also, simultaneously, not wanting to just be, like, a fucking murderer. And, like, also still having a semblance of sympathy for demons, because further on in the plot, where you figure out, why are they eating humans? Why is this happening? Goldy Pond, though, itself, when I found out what it was, I was like, oh wait, so it's a hunting ground. Okay, interesting. So then you find out Lucas is there, and then Lucas has the link to Yugo, and of course, like, right before Yugo was actually gonna come around, they get fucking attacked, she gets kidnapped, it's whatever, blah, blah, blah. And the whole process of Goldy Pond, I just really enjoyed how they dropped there's so many, like, elements from Adam being introduced into Goldy Pond to, like, all the way near the end, from him being integral to saving the people from Lambda. I'm just like, all this shit. And because they were bringing that up at the very beginning, they were like, we don't know where the fuck he came from, but, he's here. He's chill. He's our muscle. It be what it be, etc., etc. And then you have the villains being built up in the background the entire time. You got Luis, you got Bayon, you got the siblings, and then you got all these, and unknowingly you don't know that these people are all from royal families. Like, so that's why the demons look specifically different, or, like, so stylized in certain ways. Man, I had a feeling. I was like, I feel like whatever plan they have is gonna, like, fall apart. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my god. You want to talk about shit going left? Like, That was one of the biggest fake outs where they were just like, yeah, we successfully did it. And then the rest of the chapters was just like, massacre.
Yep.
Like,
Oh shit,
everybody.
oh shit.
Oh shit. Ate the sister. Oh, y'all fuck now. Guess, brother. Kill them. Make them suffer. And that's where I knew it got really, 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 really crazy. Or I was like, this is going in a different direction. Because they were showing those kids getting fucked up. Like, they were showing them, like, get chunked in the fucking chest.
Yeah.
The bloodied faces. All this shit. I was like, oh, we're getting darker. Like, we're leaning into they're killing you niggas. Like, they're having fun. Like, they're killing you. But...
yeah.
I mean, yeah. So then you have all of that going on, and then you have Lewis at the center of all of it, who's literally just like, I don't care about hunting these niggas. I need a challenge. Give me a challenge, my guy. Like,
I love characters like that because it's kind of hard in some settings to, especially when it's like a life or death sort of situation, where you can have an overwhelmingly powerful adversary that if this was like just a straight up fight, they would just murder everybody. And so you have to contrive circumstances where either you depower your villain or something, but it can come off very, very, very ham-fisted. And so to create a character who is believably sadistic, but also willing to essentially tie one hand behind their back in order to, feel something and make it work. When those characters do work, I think that they're awesome.
Yes.
Because then you can get all the shonen escalation of, power and scheming and everything else and put aside the idea, well, he would just wash this. It'd be like, it's like the whole like Superman versus somebody. Yeah. Where it's like, okay, you've got this godlike thing, and then you have to come up with a way where like it's a fair fight. And, that's why they're boring. Yeah. So.
Yeah, the whole thing with Luis is that the sense of dread was just nonstop. Like, you could feel it through, like, the manga panels and shit like that. But the way that they set up the entire thing, where it's literally just, like, Emma was, like, trying to do the thing, and he's just like, you're just trying to fucking buy time.
Yep.
I'm gonna drink some tea. He's like, I'm just gonna chill here. I'm gonna drink some tea. I'm gonna chill the fuck out. And he's like, and when these 15 minutes are over, I'm in that ass. Like, I'm coming for you. Let it be known. And so then you have all the other stuff going down in the woods. Some of it successful, some of it not. Bayonne getting like popped, but then also almost taking niggas out in the little hole. And I'm just like, oh my God, like this is getting worse. Like, what are you doing? And then you have the actual battle with Luis. And one of my favorite things about that battle was, even though Yugo showed up, it really didn't, like, it was
done more or less.
It didn't make a difference because even he was like, this nigga's on another level. Like, I don't know how the fuck we gonna do this shit. And it wasn't though that like Yugo showed up and was like, oh, I can go toe to toe with him, but I can't quite kill him. So it's up to you guys to like land the final blow. Like, no, Yugo was on that roof and only coming out at opportune moments. Like, he was not dueling with him solely. And I really loved how it was an ensemble battle. It wasn't just like Emma all of a sudden got some random ass power up and she's like, doing the shit like pop, 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 pop. Like, no. It was all of them. And I really loved how they did like the hallway scene where they were like in that hallway. Yep. And it was the three of them just like moving like that. And he was like, I gotta dodge, but I don't know what the fuck else they got going on. But then simultaneously, he's just like, I'm living. He was like, this is what I wanted. Like, I needed a challenge. Like, I want to eat these niggas. Like, they're making it enticing.
Yeah, he's like, I can't. I can't wait.
Like, I can't wait till I itch. Ooh. And then where he's like, you know what? This is cute. Let me just go puncture this bitch's stomach real quick. Like, just be like, bop, gotcha. Ha! And then all of it just they win. But then you fast forward it all the way to the fucking end of it, and he shows up, and I'm like, what the?
What does it take to kill this man?
Where did this nigga come from? Like, how are you alive? And then everything that they've been building up during that, like, the queen confrontation, shit like that, with, like, the second core, I was like, oh yeah, he's royal. Or he's royalty. And the main reason why the queen was, I guess, selected for the throne was because she had 2 cores. And I guess he didn't even know that he had a second core. So he came back to life like that and was like, yeah, just shut this shit down. Let her be queen. Like, this shit is old. Like, it is what the fuck it is. But that whole arc with that, the revelations about William Minerva, about the betrayal, he's like, yeah, nigga, I'm dead. Like, I'm dead. I got. The fact that he's part, and then the introduction of the Patry family and how the world order is maintained. And then you got, what is it? So William Minerva was James Patry. I forgot the fucking other brother. The supposed villain, the end villain for the thing, which I'm kind of just like, you weren't really an end villain to me. He didn't seem as menacing. Overall, I just knew that he was still there. So even after they did all the shit with the queen, I was just like, the Patry's gonna end up coming up and being like, you know, the end game thing, and he ended up being exactly that. So beyond that, I loved all of Goldy Pond, like from the beginning, even to the very end, where they were just like, yeah, Emma's gonna die, so like somebody's got to get her back. And the whole situation where the moment they were, where Yugo was like, I'll take it back by myself, I'm gonna take it back by myself, blah blah blah. But then you remember at the beginning of the arc where homegirl was like, if you come back with one nigga, we fucking you up. We fucking you, and we fucking the shelter up. We blowing this bitch up. And so he comes like one person, and she's immediately like, comes through with the fucking self, and she's like, where's Ray?
Yeah,
why is Emma like this? What the fuck's going on? And so that brought up, but then also you have Ray being like, all right, it's going to take us, 13 days or some shit to get back. We're going to take the long way and do this, etc., etc. While nursing people back to health simultaneously. And it's just like, oh, okay, cool. And so then you have the next phase where it's just like, okay, now Emma and Ray and Homnim, they're all like, okay, well, now we got to go search for all this shit. Because now we have all this information and this shit. They go, they search. And man, that fucking the shelter raid, I was like, oh shit, like this just got like crazy immediately. And yeah, from then on it was kind of just like, I felt like the series as a whole was very good at basically being like very high climaxes, and then like right when you think like it's coming down, it's like, nah nigga, here we go again. Like it's like it's like as opposed to going all the way down, it's just like nope.
Yep.
Nope,
and then when they run out of things to do, they just time skip.
Yeah, exactly. Which I didn't even really mind the time skip.
No,
and
it's good.
They also fleshed it out.
Yeah,
like,
and you want to
forward.
kind of see them grow up, and you kind of want to see them like learn more stuff and become more formidable. Because by the time they're like going essentially 1v1 with demons and shit, like it's cool. It feels earned. It's been a while,
but also simultaneously, just because they can 1v1 them doesn't mean they can do it with all of them, because they still can get fucked up. Like when they invaded the medical facility for that one kid right before they made it to
Norman's thing.
Which Norman, oh my god, bitch. So actually that one got me because I have completely forgotten about him. I just remember they did that one chapter with, they showed him in Lambda, and I was like, oh, are they gonna break that nigga out of Lambda? Like what's gonna happen with this, etc., etc. And then he ends up being the new William Minerva figurehead. And how do I put it? I was kind of on edge with like the return of Norman as a whole, because I was just like, I know he's not showing them his true face. Like he's not the same person. I know that for a fact. So the way that they did that, where they kind of like, tiptoed around each other, he avoided them and they tried to come and like tell him this, and then Emma had a moment of like full realization. She was like, I don't want all these niggas to die. Like I kind of just want to like separate the shit. Like, can we just you go here, we go here, and leave each other the fuck alone? I was expecting a full like Norman becomes the new villain in some form or fashion.
But they had a good explanation for like the Patry family stuff.
Yeah. So and all that stuff like leading up to the end, I wasn't.
By the way, which also goes back to Goldy Pond.
Oh yeah, you
right?
didn't even get to say anything about Goldy Pond. Yeah. What were your thoughts on Goldy Pond?
Well, no, I mean, I completely echo your opinions as well. I was just pointing out that like because it's another one of those things where when you remove it, it takes away from the interest and the development of things later on in the story. So like the Patry family stuff, who built Goldy Pond? It was it Peter Patry or whatever?
Yeah, it was Minerva.
It was Minerva and one of the Patrys built it.
Oh yeah, they built it, but
then later one of the descendants is the one who turned it into the.
It was his brother. His brother helped him build it, but then got pissed that he was like, "You're going too far," and that's when he killed him.
Yes. So like, but all of that, and then having it, having them having that tie into the primary villain of the series is great. That's just development. So when it happens, you're like, oh, okay, this all is coming together. Like, why was it that nobody called on the phone? And like, there's all this cryptic shit, and the pen only worked in Goldy Pond. But if it was built by William Minerva, how did the demons take it over? And also the shit, like, it tied together. When you pull that piece out, everything is it's just stuff. It's just things that happen, So
you need Hugo and Lucas because they were integral to like the rest of the children actually being fucking useful.
Yes.
During those 2 years or like the year and a half.
It was a year and a half, yeah.
Yeah. The year and a half were like Emma and Ray and the other two, and then like Ed and I forgot the other two like eldest kids that like went along with them. While they were all searching for the clues and shit about the 7 walls and all that kind of shit and the promise, Hugo and Lucas was like teaching those kids like survival skills. Like each of them were learning new life skills, survival skills. Homegirl was like devouring the medical books and shit like that inside of the shelter. Like all this stuff was happening. And so when you cut them out of it and then you just like fast forward to the shelter raid, I'm like, this doesn't make any... And also the shelter raid came like almost immediately after they found it in the anime. So I'm like, what? No. Like, no. Like where there's no development. Like no one's had time to develop. Also, I did enjoy that looking back on the series that there was a time limit. Like, and they kept they kept true to it. Even when they did the time skip and I was like, damn, it's been a year? Like it's been over a year? I was like, girl, you gotta go get Phil. Like, what are we doing? And they stayed true to it. And then there's one thing that changed that they had with the anime that they didn't have in the manga, which is where Isabella survives.
Yes.
So I thought that was interesting, but then by the time you get to the end,
they wasted it. They just wasted it.
Like if they had kept everything the same and then kept like changed that little part about the ending, I would have been like, okay, I'll take that because it really did fuck me up. It really did fuck me up in the manga because she literally was just like, I'm not expecting you to forgive me. I'm not expecting you to ever call me mama again. Like, I know I done fucked up. Like, it is what it is. And actually, that's one of my favorite fucking panels from the whole series is when they're infiltrating Gracefield again and they like run into a room and they look up and see Isabella and they're like this, and then the next panel is like back to that like that face where they were like bitch, like let's go. Like it was an immediate shift. I was like, oh, that was so fucking good because it was the 3 original ones doing the exact same shit going against her. I was like, bring this shit full circle, let's go. So, but you don't get moments like that in the anime. There's just nothing. It all falls flat. Like even when they like when Isabella and the other moms like turned on homeboy, I was like, this don't even mean.
Where was this earned?
Yes,
that's all I ask.
Yes.
What if you're gonna rewrite it and you're gonna want that to be the major plot point? How did you earn that? Wouldn't that have to connect back to something that you would have established in the beginning in order to have that be a payoff for something rather than just be a twist? Oh, what a twist! She's still alive. Oh, what a twist! She's now the antagonist chasing our heroes. Oh, what a twist! She was really working behind the scenes to betray demons. Oh, what a twist! Like it. No. Where did we learn anything about her character that would make us believe that this is sensible?
Nothing.
There is
the only thing I liked was that, she was in the human world, she let her hair down, and she was playing the fucking guitar with some baby. And I was like, okay, yeah, I guess that's like one good thing from it. But So we go through all of this stuff, and I already knew when Emma was meeting with the whatever the fuck. They never even said the real name, or maybe it's somewhere on the internet where like the author said that the name, because the name, or where I was reading it, the name was always in the demon language, so I never knew what its name actually was. But the moment that she had the meeting with that, and he was just like, okay, well, I'm gonna take, and then they like go to the next panel. I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck did she agree to? And it just really made, the ending just made so much fucking sense. There was so much stuff that was already set up from the very beginning. The fact that they brought, what is her name? The Blood Witch. I forgot.
Oh yeah, what
name.
was her name? Yeah, I remember.
But like the Blood Witch who became the queen. The fact that she was introduced way back when, and then all of a sudden like her relevance comes back up because Emma's like, but them niggas don't eat humans, so where is it coming from? And then and I like how they bring the science into all of it also, where they're just like, she is a mutation. Mm-hmm. That's just what she is. And these literally were organisms that just so happen to be in this same world of humans. And they evolved in this manner. They learned that, hey, if we eat them niggas, we actually be smart. Let's go. Let's do it. And they evolved that way. They learned how to do that. And then you have her blood. And then you have, I love how like they added in like the fucked up, like classist, like fucking oppression system where it's just like, we're going to become immortal and not need to eat humans anymore. But we're not giving it to the rest of you niggas. Like, because it maintains our control over all of you. We need you to be dependent on the farms because that's what gives us power. So, loved that.
So all I can say is that the Promised Neverland manga, in addition to being very well written, exciting, very well paced, they skip over a lot of shit you don't need to care about. It's also gorgeous in places. It's also horrifying all over the place. It's got shonen. It's got a lot of character development that feels earned. The main protagonist is a woman who is very self-possessed, is intelligent, is not like a Mary Sue or anything else like that. She has to
falling over herself.
Right. Yeah. She has to struggle for everything that goes down. The ending is satisfying. And it's only what, like 280? How many chapters?
It's 180, I think.
Yeah, 180. Like so it's actually not even that long.
No, it isn't.
That's kind of what I was getting at. Like you can sit down. Same thing for Hell's Paradise. It's another like relatively tight.
Wait, isn't that supposed to be? Is that next year?
That's next year. It keeps getting pushed back, but it's now next year.
Fuck. Yeah. Okay. I thought it was supposed to be this fall, but yeah.
So did I.
Yeah.
And I was looking at that, like looking at the breakdown for the fall, like, bro, where's my Hell's Paradise? Oh, right, it got delayed. God damn it.
Yeah. But you are right. I was surprised when I saw the amount of chapters. That's why I started reading it, because I was like, I feel like I can get through this.
You can. You totally can. It is not crazy at all to just sit down and finish it in a day.
Yeah.
Or two.
Yeah. Like, I started it like midday something, and I was just like, yeah, this shit's gonna be done by tomorrow. Like, I'm about to knock this bitch out. Really, really, really good. And just the ending, it was a bittersweet ending. And I wasn't expecting that. I was actually thinking they were gonna, we're gonna be happy and like, we have to deal with prejudice in the human world because we weren't born here, some shit like that. No, shit was so, that was another thing I really appreciated how they wrapped the shit up, where like the Patri uncle, they were like, that nigga's helping us, we don't trust him. He's still a Patri. They feel obligated to help us. So it's whatever. All the kids are taken care of through that foundation. They're going to school. They're like, it's actually just like a human world. Like just a human world just separated from the demon world. That's just all it fucking is. So there's that part of it. And then you have Emma, which is, what was the fucking promise? Memories gone. All of it gone. And you can still see, even through that last chapter, that like she still has vestiges of it, because she wouldn't have broken down crying or kind of shit like that.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just we're just gonna leave her to like live her new life and blah blah blah. They were just like, no, we're just gonna make new memories with you.
Yeah.
End the story. We made it.
That's it.
We made it. End the story. Great. I like how. So, just good shit. Just phenomenal manga. I can't even really, I don't even feel comfortable recommending the first season for Promised Neverland now, because I'm just like, oh, but then they're probably going to watch the second. It's like, it doesn't make sense for me.
You don't feel comfortable recommending it because the second season exists. That is such a sad indictment of what happened to that series.
Because when I read it, or like when I read it, I was just like, bruh, like, I don't know if anyone, because the first season ends so what, like, it's so good. I remember first watching the first season and being like, damn, that was like, every single episode, I was like, well, what the fuck is going, oh shit, they got Crone? Like, I'm just back to back to back, in it. Ooh, also, the way that all the dead people came out of the queen and shit like that, I was like, yo, this is crazy. I love that whole queen fight shit, especially with the, what was Lord Girun, where that nigga came back through and was like eating people and regaining his power the whole time. And then
it was mad unfair. I was like, bro, stop this shit.
And then she just sliced that nigga into blocks. Just blocked that nigga up out of nowhere. I was like, oh my God, what is happening? Which also, it made me think about, I was like, it really shows the difference in like power for like all around, because
they never scaled very well towards the end of the series.
Yeah.
And it was cool. So, I mean, this is, if you are into the type of like shonen or battle manga or whatever you want to call it, that are going to introduce like, oh, wild and crazy new powers. Like, this is not like JoJo, okay?
Yeah.
But there is a very clear power scaling, and what can be done to physical bodies is horrifying. So that kind of always keeps you on your toes to, you know, worry about the threat level for a lot of these creatures.
Yeah. I loved it. Highly recommend the manga. Do not feel comfortable recommending the first season. Because I feel like it just doesn't make sense for me to be like, oh yeah, you can watch the first season and then start reading the manga. It's like, just read the manga. Just read the manga. So good. Such a great ride. And I feel like a lot more series should probably do stuff that are like aim for that kind of length. I know it probably doesn't make sense business-wise, because if you have a successful thing that's ongoing and you want to keep that shit, you want to keep the money rolling as fast as possible, or as much as possible. But with Promised Neverland, it was enough. It ended at the perfect time. They didn't draw shit out. They didn't make things longer than it needed to be. We got an ending, and within 1, 2, 3, 4 years. 4 years. That was it. It was over. Good runtime. Yeah. Great. Encapsulated story. There's no Promised Neverland sequel. Like, no, nothing. It is what it is. It is good. And I feel like more stuff should aim, or like more mangaka should aim for stuff like that, where they do like they have an ending, or like they have a time span of how long they want the shit to run. They don't want it to be One Piece. They don't want it to be Dragon Ball levels, or like, what the fuck else is there? Or like, as long as like Bleach and Naruto have gotten. Like, they don't want that shit. They want, keep it cute. Keep it cute. But yeah, that's what I ventured into recently.
I think we can qualify that as a recommendation. I mean, I would also recommend it as well.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna recommend something else, all completely different, but
well, let's hop over to that then.
Okay, my recommendation is to watch something that is not Lelouch. Please. And this is like from a bit ago. I've had this recommendation like in my head, but like I was like, oh yeah, I never actually recommended that. But I joined an anime Twitter space like a week or so ago, and there was some gentleman in there who literally said that Code Geass is peak mecha. And so,
oh boy, no.
I just want.
Oh no.
My recommendation is for everyone to watch something else. Watch a mecha. Watch Gurren Lagann. Watch Star Driver. Watch G Gundam. Watch Gundam Wing.
Yeah. Oh no.
Watch something else. Lelouch is the mecha aren't even the fucking main focus of the story. It's literally just like it's tacked on like battle shit, like shonen-esque thing, like whatever. It is primarily for Suzaku. Lelouch ain't really got much to do with that shit. So it's kind of just like, what are you talking about? And then also it makes me think about like accessibility and like, how are you calling something that really isn't like like that presents itself as mecha? Like Lelouch is not presented as a mecha anime. Mecha is a part of it. But like where did you get first contact from that? And then also like what turned you off from other mecha that you see in Lelouch that makes you want to be like, oh, this is the best? It's like Lelouch is a damn good fucking anime. I agree with that. But it is not the peak mecha. It's not peak mecha. Like, no. Oh my god.
No.
Like what?
But
so my recommendation is go watch some mecha. Go watch some good fucking mecha. I would even say go watch Gundam Build Fighters or some shit like that. Because at least them niggas are scrapping, but then you won't get the soap opera aspect of it. You'll just get like kids dealing with fucking grown-ups that and all kind of shit like that. But go watch something else. Like, we got fucking Gridman out here, Dynazenon. You got Star Driver. You got even Reconquista G. Like, dude, you got so much stuff out here. Evangelion. How are you going to sit here and say Lelouch is peak mecha when you literally have Evangelion and all those movies exist? Like, where? How?
There's so many issues here. Number one, I want to be respectful, right? I want people to understand that like if something is your thing, if you're like really into it and you know it made you feel something and you want to say that is what peak is for you, look, I'm not here to like I'm not gonna jump on you personally and say, oh, you're wrong for this and that reason. But I do think that statements like that, unqualified statements like that, are hard to rock with. They're hard to support or defend unless my taste is exactly like yours. I can say a lot of things. I like Code Geass. Yes. I really do. I think it's a very good show. It's a show I would recommend to a lot of people. But part of the reason why I would recommend it to a lot of people is because the things that allow it to peak have very little to do with the genre that it's in. The Code Geass could have been any kind of show. You know, pick your niche that you like. And if you put all the same characters in and the same storytelling ethos and the same commitment to like over the top, you know, mustache twirling for an anti-hero,
gotcha,
it could have just as easily have been, you know, a war focused isekai. It could have been, you know, story about like a slice of life with a Chunibyo, you know, main character who thinks he's an evil mastermind. It could have been 10,000 other things, and most of the beats and concepts and the feeling of the show would have been very similar, and you could call those things peak. The bottom line is that like mecha as a genre is just a kind of science fiction. Yeah. And when you say something is peak X or peak Y, what you're really talking about is like what you felt while you were watching it in the moments that it builds to. And there's a lot of really great stuff in any genre that'll get you to those moments or higher moments, right? And I also know that a lot of people they watched Code Geass when they were like between the ages of about 13 and 17. Yeah. And it was the coolest thing that they'd ever seen in their lives. They didn't really have a lot of reference points to like other things before, during, or after that are in the same genre. And so that's their reaction. Oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever. Well, if you'd watched Gurren Lagann at the same time, you'd say the same thing about that. If you'd been older and watched, you know, I don't know, like any of the older Gundam series, you'd say it about that. It's what's peak is just what connected to you. So I can't rock with that sentiment, but I would just say that like before you go out and get ahead of your skis, watch some other stuff. Mm-hmm. Just watch some other stuff so that you can put it at least in some perspective, right? Like I loved Evangelion when I was 14 years old. Yeah, I thought it was the coolest thing ever. It's still an amazing creative project, period, all the way around. It's
commercials
weird.
And everything.
Yeah, right. It's weird, it's emotional, it's in some cases scandalous, or you know, at the, you know, in the way our culture say that it would never get made the same way it got made back then. So it's an artifact of its time. It's an artifact of authorship, you know, all those things. But you know what? I can probably say that like when I went and later and watched something like Ross-Efon, which is definitely inspired by Evangelion, I realized like this is a tighter story, right? Maybe it's not as iconic. Maybe there's other things where it's not, they don't add up or they're not a good comparison. But the story's a little tighter, the character's a little tighter, the melancholy nature of it, and I can now say that there's a whole class of shows that are like this thing, and now I can speak a little more intelligently about what I liked about the thing that I liked, and the things that now I realize maybe weren't so good. I would never go off and say peak, because peak is like that's just for me. I love Godzilla movies. I'm not gonna go out and say that like, Godzilla versus Gigan or something like that. Oh, that's peak to kaiju movie, right? Or peak entertainment. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It just connects to me because I think that goofy shit is fun. But that's it.
Yeah.
So
I'm
with you on that one.
That's my recommendation. Go watch some other mechas.
I think I have a slightly more traditional recommendation. First, given that you've watched more of the Blade Runner than I have, not Blade Runner, Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Than I have, then I would say, like, I am going to go watch the episodes that are out. I recommend everyone else do, because it seems like it's something special.
Yeah.
So that's number one. Number two is something that I complained in a positive way about a while ago, but I now want to give like a solid recommend to today, which is the season. Technically, it's season 3 of the Breaker. Awesome. It is just awesome. It is awesome.
Okay.
It's so good. I can't believe I was living for all these years without the Breaker or something to sit in its place. So if y'all have heard about it and for whatever reason have not dabbled, go back to the first season of it, the old black and white. It still looks good, and read that shit. That shit is good, man. That's real good. So that's my only other recommendations. Pick up the Breaker. It's hot.
Yeah. As far as news, I feel like we already talked about the news
we did.
that I had.
We ran through a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So
the only thing that is just for me personally is that they're remaking Front Mission, which is one of my favorite games from the PlayStation 1 era and also the Super Nintendo era. So they're specifically remaking Front Mission 2, which is one that it was originally released on PlayStation, but it was Japan only, and it was a game that was doing a lot of really interesting stuff at the time. So the idea was you could move your wanzers on this grid, and then when you went to go fight, it would switch to 3D, and it was cool, but it was also like janky early PlayStation cool, which is that the hardware barely worked, and so like the cutaway stuff like never really functioned properly. So to get like essentially a functional 3D remake of this game that like I think I only played a couple of missions on like a hacky translated version like many years after the fact, this is super cool to me because it opens up a lot of games from that era that I think have been forgotten, but we're like, they deserve some love. So I'm really excited for that.
Speaking of shit that deserves love, go ahead and like key up Power Stone 2.
Bruh!
I saw Maximilian streaming that shit, and I was like, yeah, James talked about this game. And I'm watching them play it, and I'm like, bruh, this shit, just chop some new graphics on that shit and give it to us. It looked so fun. I was like, it's homegirl in the dress transforming mid-battle and like popping off, and I was like, wait, what is this? And then you got like the chef guy or some shit. I'm like, yo, who is not thinking somewhere? Bring this back. I mean, maybe they're hesitant because like it's like Super Smash Bros. Like esque, and there are a lot of brawler games coming out lately. But
Power Stone was so unique. Like for its time, it was a party brawler game that actually worked. It functioned very well. Like the first Power Stone, I will say, like had a little more complicated like combo system, but it was tough because it was only 3 players maximum, which is a weird choice. But it was like it was an arcade game originally, and so but it was cool. There was like a nice dichotomy between like striking, grabbing, and dodging, and so that was like the structure of your fight, and then you get your power-ups, whatever. Power Stone 2 is very much in the, as you point out, in like the Smash Brothers mold of just like absolute chaos, right? Because you have all these weapons, everyone's constantly getting their power-ups, you have these very interactive stages. Like it's just pure chaotic fun, and it's one of those Capcom IPs that has just been left to mold.
Catch dust.
Yeah, catch dust. Like just sit unused. None of the characters ever show back up again, even though like a few of them are in the like the not cutscenes, but like the final character ender, crawl for like Marvel versus Capcom. Like you'll see I think there's a couple of characters from Power Stone in that, but like wouldn't it be a great time right now for Capcom to announce that they were doing like, Capcom All-Stars Battle Royale, and just make it like a Power Stone style game, and you can get your 4 players, put it online. Like it would be a ton of fun.
Online. It looks like it's so much fun.
It would be a ton of fun. I think it's a shame that a lot of those Naomi era, which is basically the Dreamcast hardware, but Dreamcast launched in 99. I think the Naomi hardware was out in 98, so it was like from about like 98 to 2002 or 2003, when Capcom was supporting the Naomi boards. Like all those arcade games and those Dreamcast games have just fallen into this weird pit where you get a lot of like retro emulated or remake stuff from before that era, and then you have all the modern things, from like Street Fighter 4 period onward. But the things that came out in that period have just been totally forgotten. It's not just Capcom. Other arcade manufacturers produce a ton of games that nobody's ever heard of that are just so fun that this is the perfect opportunity to bring those back. But like, where's our Crazy Taxi remake, right? Where's our Jet Set Radio remake? Where like all these games, and the crazy thing is that like other companies invested in, like Microsoft basically paid for Jet Set Radio Future, which is amazing. You cannot buy that game. It is one of the best games on the original Xbox.
Well,
such is life.
Maybe they'll catch up like Nintendo. I mean, Nintendo is good for that shit. They're like in that vault, chugging them out.
Yep.
So catch up, Capcom, please. All right. Well, I guess that's it for this week. This is a pretty long episode, but there's a lot to talk about, and there's even more to talk about soon, because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be finishing Cyberpunk before next week. Like, abso-fucking-lutely. But yeah, if you haven't already, follow us on Twitter, anime_savants, and then everywhere else is just regular Anime Savants, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Also, like, oh man, I knew posting stuff about Dragon Ball was going to bring out a troll or two, but like, it does not. I just don't do it, you guys. Just don't comment on things that you're not smart enough to comment on. That's just all I'm gonna say. That's just all I'm gonna say. Like, that's all I'm gonna say. I mean, I think someone had a comment about like, oh, Piccolo, it was like an ass pull. Oh yeah, it was the clip where we were talking about like Gohan and like ass pull moments, or like, there was no development for Gohan. And they were like, yeah, well, Piccolo had to wish for his power and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well...
Did you not watch the movie?
Did you not watch the fucking movie? Like, what are you talking... Okay. So, yeah, just, we are posting clips on that stuff like more regularly now, like on TikTok and Instagram, stuff like that. But, just think about your comment before you do it, because stupid. Like, just don't. Just saying that. Just, But yeah.
If you watch the movie... you would understand that like the issue that we were talking about is that Gohan isn't there doing anything to earn anything. I don't care how the power up happens. He could wish on a falling star. He could do 1,000,000 push-ups. He could whatever, but at least like give us a progression, earn the moment,
and then we earned it with Piccolo from the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The movie was basically about Piccolo with Gohan being a bad dad.
Yeah.
Like, that's not...
Dragon Ball Super, Piccolo, the movie.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
So I don't know what you're upset about. Like, if he had to wish for it, fine. Whatever mechanic. Like, if they had just said that, like, oh, or not said, if they had planned to have like Gohan do a bunch of stuff that was leading up to a power up, then I would have no problem with it.
Yeah.
No matter where it came from. Like, literally, Goku could teleport back to the planet, put his hands on his son's back, and be like, "It's your time now, son." And that's his power up after he earned it through, all the stuff he went through in the show. I'm like, okay, fine, yeah, whatever, go ahead. It's dumb, but like, it's all dumb. So
yeah, exactly.
So
yeah, leave my nigga Piccolo. Leave him alone.
Yeah. I mean, we called it Piss Yellow Piccolo, but like, that's just for the jokes.
Ended up that's for the jokes, and he ended up being orange anyway. So
yeah. Don't stress. Yeah. Other than that, you can find me on Twitter at Neural Handshake. Just doing my thing. Try to keep it quiet and low key. That's it.
All right. Catch y'all later. Bye.
Peace out.